Your soulmate saying, "Please read this before you fall asleep. I can't lose you twice. My beloved child, before you close your eyes tonight, pause for just a moment. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you." Imagine receiving a letter that was never meant to be lost, a message carrying emotions too deep for ordinary words. In this story, your soulmate whispers, "Please read this before you fall asleep. I can't lose you twice." Those words are not spoken out of fear, but out of a heart that has finally found the courage to be completely honest. What if the silence between two souls has been hiding a truth powerful enough to change everything? Stay till the end, because every sentence brings you closer to the answer you never expected. There is a reason this message feels different from every other story you've heard. Somewhere, someone has been replaying memories, wondering if one missed moment changed an entire future. They keep asking themselves the same question: if I had one more chance, would everything be different? But tonight, something shifts. The walls around their heart begin to fall, and the words they have hidden for so long finally begin to surface. Don't skip, because the next revelation is not about the past, it is about a decision that could rewrite everything from this moment forward. And just when it seems you understand where this story is going, another mystery appears. The message ends with a single unfinished promise. If you read until the very end, you'll finally know why I refuse to give up. No explanation. No name. Only a promise waiting to be revealed. Stay till the end, because the biggest truth has not been spoken yet, and what comes next may completely change the meaning of these words. I can't lose you twice. A quiet feeling begins to grow, almost as if the night itself is protecting a secret meant only for this moment. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The message continues. There was a time when I convinced myself that letting go was the right thing to do. But every step I took away from you only brought me closer to realizing that my heart never truly left. Those words carry no anger, no blame, only the weight of a lesson learned too late. Yet tonight feels different, because for the first time, hope is stronger than regret. As the letter unfolds, another unexpected sentence appears. You may think our story has been silent, but silence has been preparing something neither of us could see. Stay till the end, because this is where everything begins to change. Every unanswered question, every strange coincidence, every moment that seemed meaningless starts fitting together like pieces of a puzzle. The soulmate is no longer looking backward. They are looking ahead, believing that one honest moment can become the turning point that changes two lives forever. Before the page ends, one final line appears, leaving an even greater mystery behind. When you reach the next part of this message, you'll understand why I never stopped believing that our paths would cross again. Don't skip. Something even bigger is coming, and the truth hidden behind those words has not been revealed yet. The most powerful part of this journey is still waiting just ahead. A strange sense of peace begins to replace every unanswered question. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The message continues. If you are reading this tonight, then perhaps life has brought us to the same moment without either of us realizing it. I stopped asking whether destiny was real the day I discovered that some hearts never forget where they truly belong. Those words are gentle, yet they carry a quiet certainty that feels impossible to ignore. Stay till the end, because the next truth changes the meaning of everything you have heard so far. The letter grows even more personal. I used to believe time could erase feelings, but it only revealed which ones were real. Every lesson, every delay, every unexpected turn prepared me to understand your value in a way I never could before. For the first time, it feels as though every missing piece is moving into place. But just as the mystery seems ready to unfold, another unexpected sentence appears. There is one final reason I asked you to read this before you fall asleep, and it is more important than anything I have already said. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As the final lines of this chapter appear, the heartbeat of the story grows stronger. When the next page opens, you will discover the promise I made in silence, a promise I have carried through every season, believing the right moment would finally arrive. The letter ends there, leaving only anticipation behind. Stay till the end, because the greatest revelation has not been spoken yet, and what comes next will make every previous word feel even more meaningful. The night grows quieter, but the message becomes impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one memory I never told anyone about, your soulmate whispers. It wasn't a place or a date, it was the moment I realized that even after everything changed, the hope of finding you again never disappeared. Those words don't ask for sympathy. They reveal a heart that quietly chose hope over giving up. Stay till the end, because the next sentence carries the secret that has been hidden since the beginning. Without warning, the letter reveals something unexpected. I stopped searching for perfect timing because I finally understood that the right moment is the one where truth is no longer hidden. Every delay suddenly feels like preparation instead of loss. Every unanswered question begins to make sense. Then comes a line that changes the entire story. The second chance I feared would never come is closer than I ever imagined. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The biggest surprise has not arrived yet, and every word is leading toward it. As the page reaches its final lines, one last promise appears. If you have stayed with this message until now, then you are closer than ever to understanding why I said I can't lose you twice. The next part holds the answer I've protected for so long, and once you hear it, nothing about this journey will feel the same again. Stay till the end, because the greatest revelation is still waiting just ahead. A single sentence appears, and everything suddenly feels different. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. I wasn't waiting for the perfect day, your soulmate says softly. I was waiting for the moment when both of our hearts were finally ready to hear the truth. Those words seem simple, but they carry years of silent hope. Every delay, every unexpected turn, every unanswered question now points toward one extraordinary moment that has been quietly moving closer all along. Stay till the end, because the next revelation changes the meaning of every chapter before this. The message continues with a confession that has never been spoken before. The greatest fear I ever carried wasn't distance, it was the thought that you might stop believing in what our story could become. Then comes another surprising line. While you thought nothing was happening, countless small moments were shaping a future neither of us could see. Suddenly, every coincidence feels connected, every memory feels important, and every heartbeat seems to whisper that something remarkable is approaching. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The final words on the page refuse to reveal everything. Instead, they leave behind one unforgettable promise. The next message contains the reason I held on when letting go would have been easier. Once you know that reason, you'll understand why I never believed our story was truly over. The page fades into silence, but the mystery only grows stronger. Stay till the end, because the biggest truth is still ahead, and it is closer than ever. The silence finally begins to speak. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The next page opens with words your soulmate has carried deep inside for far too long. I almost believed our story had reached its final chapter. Then one quiet moment changed everything. It reminded me that some connections are never measured by distance or time, but by the way they continue to live inside the heart. Those words feel different from everything you've heard before, as if they were waiting for this exact night to be revealed. Stay till the end, because the biggest discovery is getting closer. The letter continues with an unexpected realization. I stopped asking why life separated our paths. Instead, I started asking what it was trying to prepare us for. Suddenly, every unanswered question begins to lose its power. Every delay becomes part of a greater picture that neither of you could see before. Then comes the sentence that changes everything once again. If you are still reading, then perhaps this message reached you at the exact moment it was always meant to. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The answer is no longer far away. As the page comes to an end, one final promise is left behind. The next chapter holds the truth I have protected more carefully than anything else. Once you hear it, you'll finally understand why I refused to let hope disappear, even when the world told me to. The words stop there, leaving only one question echoing in your heart. Stay till the end, because the greatest revelation of this entire journey is about to unfold. The moment you've been waiting for begins to unfold. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The letter opens with a sentence that feels as though it has been waiting years to be read. If I could speak to you face to face tonight, I wouldn't begin with an apology. I would begin with gratitude, because even after everything, the thought of you taught me what real hope feels like. Those words carry a quiet strength that cannot be ignored. Stay till the end, because the next truth is unlike anything revealed before. The message grows even deeper. I finally understand why I kept feeling that our story wasn't finished. It wasn't because I was holding on to the past, it was because my heart kept recognizing a future that hadn't arrived yet. Suddenly, every delay seems less like an ending and more like preparation. Every unanswered moment starts pointing toward a single destination. Then comes the line that changes the entire meaning of the title. When I said I couldn't lose you twice, I wasn't talking about yesterday. I was protecting tomorrow. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The final words appear slowly, almost as if they were meant to leave one last mystery before everything is revealed. There is only one page left after this. On that page, you'll discover why this message had to reach you before you fell asleep tonight. Once you know the final truth, you'll never look at this journey the same way again. The letter closes once more, but this time the silence feels full of expectation. Stay till the end, because the final revelation is closer than ever. The final page unfolds, and every word feels heavier than the last. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate's voice grows calm, yet more sincere than ever. If this message reached you tonight, then it wasn't by accident. I wanted these words to find you before sleep, because tomorrow deserves a heart that carries hope instead of doubt. I never wanted silence to become the ending of our story. In that moment, every mystery from the earlier pages begins to make sense. Stay till the end, because one last truth is still waiting. The letter reaches its deepest confession. I can't promise that every road will be easy, but I can promise this. I will never again let fear speak louder than what truly matters. Losing the chance to be honest once was enough. I cannot lose you twice. Those words don't ask for an answer. They simply reveal a heart that has finally chosen courage over hesitation. Suddenly, every unanswered chapter feels complete, and every hidden emotion finds its place. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprise was never a dramatic event, it was the courage to finally speak the truth. As the final lines appear, the message leaves you with one unforgettable thought. When you wake tomorrow, remember this feeling. Some stories are not defined by how they began, but by the moment everything changed. And perhaps, this was that moment. The page gently closes, but the hope it leaves behind remains. Stay till the end, because even after this message ends, the journey it inspired is only just beginning. The story may seem complete, but one final message remains hidden between the lines. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The voice returns one last time. If you've stayed with me until this moment, then you've already done something I once believed was impossible. You listened without turning away. There is a quiet warmth in those words, as though every unanswered feeling has finally found its place. Stay till the end, because the last revelation is not about the past, it is about what comes next. The letter continues with unexpected clarity. I spent so much time searching for the perfect words that I almost missed the perfect moment. Tonight, I choose honesty instead. No more hiding. No more waiting for tomorrow. Then comes the sentence that changes everything once again. The greatest gift I could ever offer isn't a promise of certainty. It's the promise that I will never let silence replace truth again. Every chapter suddenly connects, revealing that the real journey was never about losing someone, it was about finding the courage to be real. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The final page ends with a quiet whisper that lingers long after the words disappear. As you close your eyes tonight, remember this: some messages arrive exactly when they are needed most. If our paths were meant to cross, nothing important has been lost, only prepared. The letter fades into silence, leaving one lasting feeling behind: hope. Stay till the end, because sometimes the most unforgettable ending is the one that quietly becomes a brand new beginning. Just when it feels like the story has reached its ending, one final sealed note appears. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. It reads, "There is one truth I saved for last because I wanted you to understand everything before you heard these words. I never stopped believing that some connections are worth protecting, even when life becomes uncertain." Those words don't arrive with noise. They arrive with peace, reminding you that the strongest messages are often the quietest. The note continues. If you ever wondered why this message had to find you before you fell asleep, the answer is simple. I wanted your last thought tonight to be hope instead of doubt. Tomorrow may bring opportunities you cannot see yet, but they begin with the choices you make today. Suddenly, every chapter you've heard feels connected. The mysteries, the pauses, and the unanswered moments all point toward one realization: sometimes the greatest change begins inside the heart long before it appears in the world. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The final lines leave one last promise that lingers even after the page is closed. When you wake up, remember that every new day carries possibilities no one can predict. Walk forward with courage, protect what is genuine, and never let fear decide your future. If our paths were meant to meet again, they will do so at the right time. The note ends there, but its meaning remains. Stay till the end, because one last chapter still waits to bring this journey to its unforgettable conclusion. The final page slowly unfolds, carrying the last words your soulmate wanted you to hear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If this is the last letter you ever read from me, then let it leave you with peace, not questions. I don't want you to remember the silence between us. I want you to remember that somewhere, someone believed in your light even when you couldn't see it yourself. In that moment, every mystery, every pause, and every chapter finally finds its purpose. The message continues with one last heartfelt promise. No matter where tomorrow leads, never forget that real connections are built on honesty, patience, and hope. I once feared losing what mattered most because I waited too long to speak. That's why I asked you to read this before you fell asleep. Some truths deserve to be heard before a new day begins. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation was never hidden in a secret, it was hidden in the courage to open your heart before it was too late. As the letter reaches its final sentence, everything becomes clear. Tonight is not the end of a story. It is the beginning of a new chapter filled with hope, wisdom, and quiet strength. Close your eyes knowing that every sunrise carries new possibilities, and every hopeful heart has a future still waiting to be written. The page gently closes, but its message remains long after the words fade away. Stay till the end, because the most meaningful journeys don't end with goodbye, they begin with hope.